Good evening, everybody. Yeah, good evening, all 90.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, ma. Right. Today we learn about software development process. We know testing is a part of the development to deliver a quality product. Testing is a part of the software development to deliver a quality product. See, there are many activities involved in building a product. After building the software product, we need to have a check. When we are satisfied with the quality, then only we release or we deliver the product to our customer. As testing is a part of the development, let us discuss about totally what are the development activities. Software development process, also called software development life cycle. Make a note of it. It is our chapter 2, software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. Shortly, SDLC. Development life cycle, shortly, SDLC. So what are the major activities involved in developing application? First, we need to understand what customer is needing. Collecting the requirement from the customer. It is the first activity involved in developing any software application. Once the requirements are gathered, let's say 40 requirements to be implemented, 60 requirements to be implemented in the website. Now your project manager, QA manager together will plan how many people required, how much time required for development and testing, planning. In our previous discussion, I skipped this planning to explain cost of fixing the bugs or whatever. I was not discussing about planning because planning will not introduce, improper planning will not introduce any defects in the product. Our previous discussion, why software applications will have the bugs, wrong requirement, wrong. Improper planning, mistakes made in planning may increase the time, may increase the cost. We may not able to deliver the project in promised time to the client. Will not inject any issues. Previously, I was not discussed about the planning in our discussions like why software applications will have the bugs. But actually, after gathering the requirement, how many requirements to be implemented? 40, 60. So how much time required, how many people required, and work allocation. It comes under planning. Then designing the system, coding the system, testing, delivery and management, delivery and support. So major activities involved in software development process, requirement collection, planning, designing, coding, testing, delivery and maintenance. Software development life cycle meaning from the beginning, once we started building a product till the delivery of the product to the customer, totally what are the major activities involved when you explain? It is nothing but development process or development life cycle. Finally, SDLC will explain various major activities involved in developing a application. Activities are requirement collection, planning, designing, coding, testing, delivery and support. Here our job is testing. Make a note of it. Software development life cycle. Software development life cycle, shortly SDLC, will explain various activities involved, various phases, various activities involved in developing a software application. Various activities involved in developing a software application. The activities are right. So what are the major activities here? It's my photo only, old photo. So what are the activities? What is the first one here? Requirements gathering. Take the first one. Requirements gathering. Requirements gathering. So listen, it is a very critical part, crucial part involved in software development. Because first of all, if you have not understood the requirements properly, all activities will go in a wrong direction. Finally, the end user will not accept our product. Market will not buy our product. The very crucial activities, very important activities involved in building a product. First, we need to properly understand what customer is needing. What is customer expecting from our product for the day-to-day operations in the business? Developers and testers are not the right people to collect the requirements from the client. Developer is good in technology and coding. The QA person good in testing the product manually or with the help of the tools. These developer and tester do not have the idea about the business, correct? Developers and testers are the technical people, technical skill set people. They do not have the idea about banking business or e-commerce business or any other sales business, something like that. Domain experts, subject matter experts can also called as functional consultant. Any software organization first recruit, hire the subject matter experts, not developers and testers. These domain experts or subject matter experts designated in software companies as business analysts. If you consider a company like Infosys majorly into banking domain. Infosys organization providing technology support for many banking customers. The ICICI Bank website, the mobile apps, whatever, everything is made by Infosys company. Not only this ICICI Bank, 48% of the banks across the world using Infosys product Finacle. Infosys has a product called Finacle, which is a banking solution, digital banking solution made by Infosys. Most of the banks in India and outside of India using this Finacle. Very beautiful banking product made by Infosys company. Here, the Infosys management made a decision, let us provide some technology support or solutions for the banking business. Before they start developing the actual software application, they recruited some people who earlier worked in various banks, corporate banks. These people are designated as business analysts. These people do not know about Java, Python, nothing. But they know what is banking business, what is finance business, what actually banks need in the software application they know because they have the knowledge about the banking business. They have the knowledge about the requirements. These people will talk to the customers, banking customers, interact with the customers, collect the details about what actually they need in their product. And this will be documented as software requirement specifications, shortly SRS. Functional requirement specifications, shortly called FRS. Finally, the domain experts who has earlier experience in similar kind of business will involve in collecting the requirement. Business analysts, the domain experts will talk to the clients, gather the information from the client, document some requirement specification, SRS, FRS kind of documents. Nowadays, when the requirement documents are prepared, nowadays, not in the very beginning days, when the requirement documents are prepared, before delivering the requirement document to the next level design team, this senior BA will go back to client again. Whatever they have documented requirement will explain to the customer. So last 10 days, this is what we gathered from your people, your employees. This is what we are trying to build for your business. If you say okay, then we start. What BA is doing here? BA and his team interacted with the customers, collected the details about what actually they need in the software, prepared requirement documents. The first two draft of the requirement documents are ready. Again, they go back to the client, explain what they have documented to the client. So these are the 40 requirements we are going to implement. Explain to the customer. Who has clarity on the business? Our people or the person who is running a business? A person who runs a business has more clarity about the business requirement than our project manager, our technology people. A person who runs a supermarket knows what are the day-to-day requirements they need in the software application. A bank manager knows well than our Java developer and Python developer what actually a banking project is needed. After gathering the requirement, after documenting the requirement, our people again go back to the client, explain the requirements to the client, and get the confirmation. This is called requirement reviews. Requirements are tested. Requirements are confirmed from the customer. Once the requirements are verified, confirmed, and approved, the approved requirement documents will be delivered to the next level, design level. Finally, here, the first activity involved in building any software application, requirements gathering, domain expert, subject matter experts, generally designated in software companies as business analysts, are responsible for requirement phase, collecting the requirement, documenting the requirement, finalizing the requirement. Finally, business analyst is the sole responsible for finalizing the requirements. Architect will not involve here, developer not involved here, coder will not involve here, tester also will not involve here. The people who has a good idea about the business are the right people to confirm the requirement. This is what we have to make in our product. When the requirements are finalized, approved requirement will be delivered to the next level. Okay, so requirement collection is first phase of software development. Then, what is the next one? Planning. Project manager, QA manager, test manager generally called as QA manager. We call test manager test lead. Mostly the designation given for these people, QA manager, QA lead. You know, when you join in an organization as a tester, what is the designation you get? Freshers. During the probation period of 2 months or 3 months, QA training. Next, QA engineer, senior QA engineer, QA analyst, QA lead, QA manager, QA head. This is the hierarchy of the QA department. QA meaning testing, their quality assurance. Shortly, QA. The project manager, test manager called QA manager, project lead, development lead, QA lead, test lead, together will discuss and finalize how many days of time required for implementation, how many people required, what kind of skill set is required, how much time required for testing. They plan development job and QA job, assign the work to the concerned developers and testers. All it comes under planning. Estimating the time, estimating the man resources required, and allocating the job to the concerned developers and testers. All it comes under planning. The manager level people, lead level people will make a plan and assign the work to the team members. Take the second one, planning. The first phase is requirement collection. Second phase is planning. Note on the second phase, planning. The next one, designing. You wanted the notes for it? See, I'm explaining the detailed description. The detailed notes to paragraph about what is requirements is available already in our LM. Understand? Right. Designing. Who is responsible for designing? Remember, if I give paragraphs of notes for small topics, you cannot learn what actually needed for the industry. Understand? Paragraphs of information you will find from our LMS. I'm giving precise discussion. Wherever really the more notes is required, I'm giving. Don't worry about it. Well, so what is the next one? After planning, what is the next one? Designing. What is called designing? See, a person want to construct a home. He approached some construction company people, a contractor. I want to build my 2 floors of home. He explained, I wanted my home like this. This is the budget I have. This is the land I have. After understanding the requirements of the house owner, these construction department people, construction company people will make a rough diagram, kind of a blueprint, explain to the house owner. So this is how we construct your building. Here you get the entrance. Here you get the staircase. This side you get the maybe the wardrobes or whatever it may be. It's a duplex model. This is the budget. This is the time required. Once house owner said, okay, proceed, based on the diagram or blueprint approved by the client, the actual construction begins. A rough diagram called elevation. Finally, your house will look like this. Ground floor will be like this. First floor will be like this. Second floor will be like this. Once client said okay, then they start construction. Same way, after understanding the customer business needs, requirement, architect will make a design how the system need to be constructed. Kind of a blueprint for actual application being constructed. Kind of a logical representation of the system to be constructed. A diagrammatic representation. Use case diagram, project architecture. Once the design is prepared and verified, the approved design will be handed over to the development team. Government of India given a proposal to L&T people. In all metro cities, we need to have a metro rail project. The L&T people made a design, submitted to Government of India. Time, cost, and the design also submitted. Once Government of India approved it, whatever the design they have demonstrated, the same way they start constructing the metro rail project, correct? Like when the design is finalized, the design hand over to the coding team who make the software as per the approved design. System architect is responsible for the design phase. Make a note. After designing, what is the next one? Coding. Take the next one, coding. Coding we can also call implementation, actual implementation. Who are involved here? Programmers or developers, whoever. See, coming to coding, presentation layer. What is any software application you take, there will be 3 technical components. Presentation layer, application layer, database layer. What do you mean by presentation? The UI forms pages, that colorful pages. The UI UX designers, called simply web designers, who has very good knowledge about HTML, JavaScript, Photoshop, CSS. These people do not know any coding. They create the rich interfaces, background color, font colors, logos, images. All these people, this will be taken care of by UI designers. They are called web designers, graphic designers. Then the actual server-side code. The person enter a username, password and click submit button. First of all, this username is valid or not, available in the database or not. Some code has to be written, right? Java code or Python code, PHP code. These people are called application developers. Java people, PHP people, Python people are called app developers, application developer. They do not know logo creation, correct? If I ask a Java developer, will you able to create a logo? What Java developer will say? I do not know how to create a logo, correct? Java people, Python people, PHP people, they are good in coding. They create server-side logic. They are called app developers, application developers. The people who are good in database systems, database, tables, procedures, and triggers, they create the databases, database tables, and everything. Together, UI people, application developers, database developers, these many people involved in developing the system. Presentation layer developed by UI developers, application layer created by PHP or Java or Python developers, databases will be created by DB developers. Generally, a person who knows everything is called full stack developer. These people should know UI part, application coding part, also database part. These people are called generally full stack web developers. There are many full stack technologies available, leave it. That is development job. Finally, they involved in creating the application, developing the application. Once the application developed, will be given to the next level, QA team, testing team. So after development, what is the next job? After coding, what is the next job? Testing. Note down this. Testing. Once the application created by developer, the application will be delivered to the QA team, testing team. What we'll do here? We validate the functional requirement, non-functional requirements on the given system, on the delivered system in an end user point of view. Technically, it is called system testing job. What is system testing here? Validating functional requirements, non-functional requirement. Non-functional meaning UI, usability, load, performance, everything. Our job is validate the functional requirement, non-functional requirement on the delivered system in an end user point of view, either manually or using the tools. That is called manual testing and automation testing. System testing is our responsibility. Requirement level testing, BA responsible. Design level, architect responsible. Code level testing, unit testing, integration testing, white box testing, developer responsible. Application level testing, QA team responsible. Once the application created by the development team, the Java code or Python code will be translated into executable format of the application. That mobile APK or web URL, web application given to you. Code will not be given to you. Application will be given to you. By the time you get the application from the developers, we should have the knowledge about the product domain. We have to write scenarios and test cases. Whenever an application given to you, immediately you start executing the test cases. Together, job is doing system testing. For doing this system testing in an effective manner, properly, we document what to test, how to test. When the application given, we start executing the test. Testing meaning system testing here. Application level testing is called system testing. So after testing, to our knowledge, everything is fine. We stop testing and deliver the product to the customer. No customer will blindly make a payment. Finally, after you deliver the product to the customer also will have a small check, the delivered application ready to go for the business or not. If the customer is happy with the delivered product, yes, it is usable for my business. Now he will make the due payment, give the acceptance. Now project enters into maintenance phase. What do you mean by maintenance? At the time of getting a project from you, project from the customer, or management committee something, first 1 year we provide free support. Thereafter you wanted any changes, we do with a commercial agreement. That is called maintenance. Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, customer asked some new requirement. Again the BA involved in collecting the requirement, new requirement. Developers and testers will study the requirement. Code will be added, testers will add test cases. Finally, new requirements are added to the existing system, next version will be created. Next version need to be again tested before we deliver the next version to our client. It comes under maintenance, delivery and support. delivery and maintenance. So BA involved in gathering the requirement, manager level people, lead level people involved in making a plan, allocating the job, designing, coding, testing, finally delivery and support or delivery and maintenance. Last one, delivery and maintenance.
Sir, 1 second, please.
Yes, post your question. What is your question?
Sir, I have not received this. Please, 1 second.
Last one, here I am showing you delivery and maintenance. Requirement collection is the first page, planning is designing, coding, testing, lastly delivery and support. Maintenance or support, both meaning is same. Okay, right. Sir, you answer me. Nowadays application, I'm not talking about a school management system. E-commerce application, banking application, development and testing is one-time job or a continuous job? If really development and testing is one-time effort for a product, for a business, everyday companies will recruit this many people? Really development and testing is one-time effort for any business. Everyday software company needs the people? No, it's a continuous technology support. Last 32 years, ICICI Bank running their finance business. Last 32 years, so many times website was modified. So many times mobile applications are created and modified. Correct? Continuously there is aggressive support from the backend company, technology company. As long as ICICI Bank running their business, I repeat, as long as ICICI company running their business, they need technology support for their business. Maybe initially they go with the agreement of 5 years or 10 years. If really the ICICI Bank people happy with your company services, they will renew the service, extend the contract for next 5 years and 10 years. Generally, bigger organizations, MNC organizations, will look for only this kind of long-term support projects. They will not take any short-term projects because based on the short-term project, they cannot recruit the people. 5 years contract, 10 years contract, 20 years contract. But there will be some terms and conditions. At any point of time, we are not happy with our company services, we exit from the contract. From two sides, there will be terms and conditions. These kind of projects are called support projects or maintenance projects. Clear about this? Right. Now, see here, coming to software applications, we have small size of software applications, bigger size of software applications. To construct a small independent house, construction company will follow one method. To construct 40 floors of apartments, same construction company will apply another method. Like for developing a small application like a school management system, the way of developing school management system is different. The way of developing a big e-commerce platform is different. The way of developing a hospital management software is different. The way of developing a banking domain project is different. Like a small independent house and 40 floors of towers. Like a half-kilometer bridge or 15 kilometers of flyover. Understand? The construction methodology will change basically based on the budget, based on the size of the project being constructed. Size to be considered. How many requirements to be implemented? Only 20 functionalities to be designed. Let us go for waterfall model. 200 functionalities to be designed. Let us go for agile model. There are different ways of developing software application. Waterfall model, one way of developing a project. V model, other way of developing a project. The agile model, the most popular model followed in industries nowadays. For a reason of understanding, coming to cricket game, there are various ways of playing the game. Tell me, you know about it. Test matches, one-day matches, T20, 20 overs. Which is the most popular one? T20. Why? What is a very old one? Test matches like waterfall model. Agile model like T20 match. Why T20 is most popular? Short term, because we don't have time. The end user wanted the results very quickly. If I say you, after 4 days I'll publish the result. 4 days? Not possible. I have so many works. Next 2 hours I'll give the results, people will wait. Watch the match, correct? Why the people are watching the match? T20, very rapid game, very speedy game, very interesting game also, correct? No wastage of the balls. Every ball is very, very important. Every hour is very, very important for development and testing. If I go for waterfall model, like a test match, 3 days of lengthy plan. 2 months, we have to develop this 40 requirement. Last 1 month, we have to focus on testing. 4th month, we have to deliver the project to the client. Developers' psychology, mindset. 2 months of time available for development. Slowly they start. Like a test match. When it comes to T20 game, limited overs, limited time, you need to finish the game within the time, within the overs, within the balls. Very speedy game. Agile model is like that. No lengthy schedules. 2 months or 3 months of schedule. This, by end of this Friday, we have to finish off this. Totally 40 requirements to be implemented. Agreed, 3 months of time required to develop. But I don't make a bigger plan. 1 week of schedule. First week we complete 4 requirements. I'm going to assign the task to my team members. This Friday, I wanted these 4 functionalities from you. By this Friday, I wanted test cases for these 4 functionalities from you. Friday evening, we'll have a review. No chance of skipping a day, skipping 1 hour. Morning 1 meeting, evening 1 meeting. Oh, your working people, your friends will say, every day evening 7 o'clock, I'll be having a client call, scrum call. The people will use the words like this. Scrum calls. Nothing but agile model calls actually. Finally, we'll discuss. There are different approaches of developing software application. Waterfall model, one approach. V model, other approach. Agile model is the most popular model for developing nowadays software application. Generally, software development models are of 2 types, 2 categories broadly. Sequential models, incremental models. Sequential models, incremental models. Sequential meaning? Step by step. First, collect all the requirements from the client. No pending requirement. Everything is captured. Then go for the second step, design. Once complete design is made for the product, no pending design, then go for the next step. Everything is coded. All 40 requirements are coded. Now go for next step, testing. Everything tested. At one shot, we deliver the project to the client. Such kind of development models are called sequential models. Best suitable for making small size of applications. Few requirements to be implemented, 10 or 20. Now, yes, capture all the 20 requirements. Why to make it portions? To develop a small independent house, you don't plan multiple schedules. At one schedule, it will be finished off. To construct a big gated community with 40 floors of towers, 4 blocks, A block, B block, C block, D block, then only by end of 2022, we complete tower 1. By end of 2023, we go for tower 2, tower 3, tower 4. For a bigger project only, you need multiple schedules. For small project, one schedule is enough. Waterfall model, V model, both belongs to sequential models, best suitable for making small size of projects. Earlier, there are some models like prototyping model, spiral model, rapid application development model. All it is 18 years back stories. In place of all these kind of models, there are some disadvantages. A new hybrid model is introduced called agile model. As of now, Want to construct any small software application like a school management system, supermarket billing software, either waterfall model or V model, small size of projects. When to go for waterfall, when to go for V model, we'll discuss. To develop any big size of project, nowadays companies are following only one model, that is Agile model. The same thing whatever I have demonstrated here. Software development models are of two types, sequential and incremental models. Development models majorly of two categories, sequential approach, incremental approach. Model meaning methodology or a approach. The sequential models are well suitable for making small applications, for small projects. Waterfall model, V model, these two belongs to sequential models. The project size is very small, few requirements to be implemented. Requirements are very clear, no confusion, no complexity. Project manager will decide, let's go for waterfall model. To develop small size of application where the requirements are very confusing or complex, like a medical treatment system, medical treatment software, CT scan machine also operated by a mini software inside, correct? 100% accuracy is mandatory. 1% of the defects also not agreed. Medical treatment software, traffic signals applications, aeroplane navigation system, satellite operating mechanism, 100% accuracy is mandatory. 0.001% of the defects also not accepted. For developing such critical systems, V model will be opted. We'll talk about this. Incremental models. Incremental models are suitable for making big size of projects. A big project divided into modules first. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. Module by module software gets implemented, not all modules at one shot. For developing small size of project, let's say there are about 10-20 requirements, I no need to have multiple schedules. In one schedule, everything will be implemented. To develop big size of application, a big project divided into modules first. Next 15 days, we implement delivery module, customer module, admin module, banker module, XYZ module. Module by module system gets implemented in multiple schedules, in multiple releases. Version 1, version 2, version 3. Here only one version. On the left side, waterfall model, V model will have only one version because everything will be implemented at one cycle. Small size of application only it is practically possible. For making big size of platforms, incremental model will be chosen for big projects. Just a moment. For big size of projects, incremental model will be chosen. This rapid application development model, the prototyping model, spiral model, 15 years, 18 years backstories. In the books itself, they were removed. In the old books only you see this. They are outdated stuff. Actually, this agile model is not completely new one. It's a hybrid model. T20 game not completely a new game. Already there is an existing cricket game. Game was modified as per the audience taste, correct? The game was modified. There is a game already, cricket game. It's not a new game. The way of playing the game was modified. Like, there are some advantages in RAD model. There are more disadvantages. 1 or 2 advantages we have. There are some advantages in prototyping model. There are few advantages in spiral model. Considering advantages from all existing models, a new hybrid model is introduced called agile model. Nowadays, for developing any big size of projects, companies are following only one model, that is agile model. Understand the point? Anybody heard about that Infosys product Finacle? You used it. Very good. How many modules available? It depends upon another level. Totally, how many modules available in the product, you know? 196 modules available. Thousands of features. 6,000 developers, 6.5 years it took for developing the project. 6,000 people is the development team size. 6,000 people involved in development. Time it to for making the first version. Don't believe? Version 10. Okay. The first version took 6.5 years for the Infosys company to make the first version of the Finacle. 6,000 people involved in developing the code. 1,800 people involved in testing the product. School management system story is different. Constructing your small independent house story is different. Constructing the 25 kilometers of metro line story is different. Correct? We are seeing how many years the people are constructing? Metro rail project. Right? 8 years they are constructing. How many people? Thousands of people involved. Lot of machinery involved. Making half-kilometer bridge is different. Making metro rail project is different. The same way, to my knowledge, Finacle has 196 modules. Infosys banking product. Every module has hundreds of features. Other best example you know, SAP product. To understand what is available in one module, finance module, student is spending about 6 months of training. Not to develop, I am talking about. To understand what is available in SAP FICO, what are the features available in SAP MM module, students are taking about 6 to 8 months of training. To develop or to understand what is available. To understand what is available, they are spending 6 months of time. One module I am talking about. SAP has 92 modules. Material management, inventory management, production planning, sales, distribution, marketing, logistics, finance. There are so many, HR. 92 modules it has. To understand the features available in one module, we are spending about 3 months to 6 months of time. Then what about in development, developing the product? Got it? Right. School management story is different. E-commerce platform story is different. Banking platform story is different. ERP platform story is different. If really 10 people, 20 people for enough for developing a web application or a banking application, why Infosys has 130,000 employees? Straight question. 10, 20, 30 people enough for developing a website, developing application. Why Infosys company paying salary for 138,000 employees for every month? Everything all together. 138,000 people working in Infosys, all branches together. Really 10 people, 20 people enough for development and testing. Why they are maintaining lakhs of people? Got my point here? Big size of project story is different. Small project story is different. These small projects only these double bedroom apartment companies will take. Double bedroom apartment companies meaning small companies. Understand? Startup companies. These Infosys and Cognizant and all, they deal with only very big clients, very big projects. If 200 crores, 300 crores, 500 crores is the project cost, then only they talk to the customers. Otherwise, they do not talk. Understand? If the project software cost is 200 CR, 300 CR, then only they talk to the client. Otherwise, they do not talk because they are bigger business model. You want to construct a home at your hometown, go to L&T and talk. Right. But there are people who construct your home, the local contractors, small people, correct? Finally, small business is there, big business is there. Bigger companies will deal only international projects, bigger projects. Small people will deal local project. There are people who develop a website for 40,000 also. There are people who develop a school management website for 40,000 people. These small local companies, startup companies, correct? But Infosys will deal big size of project. Cognizant will deal big size of project. For developing such bigger size of application, so many modules, hundreds of thousands of requirement, Agile model is the best model. If you join in a startup company, you don't see Agile model. You see this waterfall model or V model. When you join with a MNC, then only you see this Agile model. Because for making big size of projects only, Agile model is the best option. To develop small online bus booking application, waterfall model is the best option. To develop a small supermarket billing software, waterfall model is the best option. To develop a small medical treatment system, traffic signals application, V model is the best option. To develop any e-commerce platform, banking platform, Agile model is the best. First you note down this diagram. What is the diagram name here? Software development life cycle. Models are nothing but approaches. Take it. You first take the diagram, I'll give the notes based on this. Taken? All these materials available in our LMS. Did you access it, right? Software development models, SDLC models, basically are of two categories. Sequential method, incremental methods. Models are methods. Sequential approaches are well fit for making small size of project. Incremental models are well suitable for making big size of projects. These are not in use, outdated. See, you are learning the IT and technology. Come out from the student mindset. Like in BTech education, BCom education, same chapter, each and every character you have to study, mug up. That will not work out for IT industry. Outdated versions we have to skip, correct? What is the Windows latest version available? 11. Will you install Windows 2 or 3 now? What is the use of referring Windows 1, Windows 2, Windows 3? Always you need to learn what is available in the current trend. Outdated story is already outdated. In the website itself they remove. What is happening in the industry, that we have to learn to go. If your interest is getting a job, you have to learn as per the industry requirement, not the outdated things. Outdated versions, we have to skip them. It's used in the companies because we are learning this to work. They are using current version. Current versions you have to learn. Outdated stuff you have to leave. Right. Take some short description about it. SDLC models, SDLC, software development lifecycle models, are of two types. First one, sequential models. Sequential models. Second one, incremental models. Sequential models, incremental models. Continuation, next paragraph. Sequential models are well suitable. Sequential models are well suitable for developing small size of projects. Sequential models are well suitable for developing small size of projects. Continuation, next paragraph. Incremental models incremental models are well suitable for developing big size of projects. Right. So here first we talk about the sequential models. What are the sequential models here? Waterfall model, then V model. See, in our training, the first module, software testing fundamentals, we are learning, correct? We have not yet entered into practical approach to testing. We learn. The objective of this first software testing fundamentals, why we are learning like this, why I am giving this note, to crack the first level of interview. If you are giving an interview, generally they start with some basic questions first. Once you are able to answer the first level of interview questions, then only first of all you get the option to answer the second level, correct? You do not know the concept, you are not able to answer one or two basic questions, simply the interview will say, I'll get back to you. They will not continue, they will not waste their time, correct? To answer the first level of interview question, the basic questions, we are learning this kind of stuff and I am giving this kind of notes. Okay, generally in this topic related interview questions will be, for what type of projects waterfall model is suitable? And how testing should be carried out on waterfall model projects? Answer this. First one you answered, okay. Right, so like, what is V model? For what kind of projects V model is suitable? How testing carried out on V model projects? What is agile methodology? How testing carried out on agile model projects? To answer all these kind of interview questions, we are learning this topic. So first we'll start from the waterfall model. First try to understand this, then we'll give the notes. Waterfall model and V model, yes. Waterfall model and V model are best suitable for making small size of projects. They are best suitable for making small size of project, both waterfall model and V model. We are building a small size of application, that too requirements are very clear. Requirements are very clear, meaning what customer is needing well understood to us. No confusion at requirements. Now the project manager decision will be, let us go for waterfall model. So waterfall model is suitable for making small size of project where the business requirements are very clear. Number of requirements are very few. If I am a project manager, my decision will be, why to go for multiple schedule? Let us go for only one schedule, 1 month of schedule. First, we capture all the requirements from the customer. Let's say we are building a school management system. We talk to the school owner or the principal, the employees of the school. We understand what actually they need in their website, they need in their application. Collect all the business requirements, document. Once all the requirements are prepared, PRS, it is called business requirement document. Then we prepare SRS, software requirement specification. Business requirements meaning raw information given by the client about the business need. To meet the raw requirements given by the client, what are the technical requirements we have to implement? Functional and non-functional requirement called SRS, software requirement specification. These two activities BA is responsible. Once all business requirements are captured, documented, then we go for the next work, preparing technical requirements, system requirement. Once system requirements are prepared, finalized, then high-level design. In all these discussions, I am skipping again planning, because planning is not a technical job. Once the design is finished based on the requirement, we start the next work. Complete design is finished, no pending. Then only we start the next work, coding. Everything is coded, no pending coding. Then we go for testing. All 20 requirements are tested. At one shot, we deliver the project to the client. This waterfall model is suitable for developing small projects where the business requirements are very clear. No confusion at requirements. Totally 20, 30 functionalities to be implemented in the website. And we have clarity what we have to implement. Lastly, delivery and support. At one shot, we deliver the project to the client. Waterfall model fit for developing small size of projects where the requirements are very clear. First, we capture all the requirements. No pending requirement. Finally, these are the 20 requirements we have to implement, finalize, no pending. Then we enter into the next work, design. Design is done, no pending. Then we start the next work, coding, testing. At one shot, we deliver the project to the client. So waterfall model suitable for making small size of application where business requirements are very clear. As the requirements are very clear, that too small size of application, you prefer verification, only verification, only validation, both verification and validation. We have two ways of doing testing. Test after the development, one approach called validation. Test from every stage of development. First to verify, then validate. Now my question to you, we are building a very small project. The two requirements are very clear. You prefer doing testing after the coding or from the beginning? As the requirements are very clear. First of all, what is the purpose of doing verification from the beginning? To find out the mistakes at early stages. To find out the mistakes at early stages. First of all, we are building a very small application. The two requirements are well understood. Chances of making mistake during development would be less. Hence, first we focus on development, no testing. After developing, we do testing. 18 years back, 20 years back, why people will say testing comes after the coding is 18 years back application, all are waterfall model applications. Small business applications. Today also, if I am developing a small size of application like a online bus booking application, a small mobile gaming application, no verification during the development. First we focus on development because we are building a very small app. First build, then test. So here, testing is carried out after the development, that is only validation, no verification in waterfall model. Why the name waterfall? Why this method is named as waterfall model? When the water comes to this step, will it go back? Water always flow down, will not go in back direction. Like the waterfall, development will go, meaning once all requirements are finished, then only we enter into the down stage design. Once the design is completed, we enter into coding. Once we enter into coding, we will not come back to design again. Like a waterfall, development will go, hence people named it as waterfall model. Like a waterfall model. Shortly, waterfall model. Take this diagram.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Taken? Take the notes about it. Waterfall model is well suitable for developing small size of projects like school management system, employee attendance management system, simple application, employee attendance management system, etc. So waterfall model is well suitable for making small size of application like a school management system, supermarket billing system, employee attendance management system, a small doctor appointment booking application, something like this. Small gaming applications. Continuation. What I given? Waterfall model. Well suitable for making small size of projects. Like I have given 2-3 examples here. Continuation. To develop small application and requirements are very clear. What we are building is very clear. No confusion at the requirement. Customer explained, I wanted this. Clearly we understand what is customer is needing. No confusion at requirement. Requirements are very clear. Then waterfall model will be preferred. To develop small size of application where the requirements are very clear, waterfall model will be preferred. Continuation. As requirements are clear, chances of making mistakes during development would be less. Chances of making mistakes during development would be less. Hence, testing is carried out after the development. Testing is carried out after the development. That is only validation. So there is no verification in waterfall model project. Why there is no verification here? We are opting waterfall model for making small size of system. The two requirements are very clear. Number of requirements to implement are very few. Requirements also very clear. Chance of doing mistakes while developing the project would be very less. Hence, first we focus on development, then we do testing. Only validation, no verification for waterfall model project. So, in the very beginning days, why there is no verification? Why there is no testing from the beginning? Because beginning days applications are small applications. 20 years back. Small desktop applications. 20 years back, we don't have ATM machines. Correct? 20 years back, we don't have online payment gateways or PhonePe or Google Pay. Google Pay also, Number of requirements are very few, but internal code complexity very huge. It is contacting many third-party servers to make the payments, correct? Minor mistake also big damage. Very carefully systems to be implemented, such kind of financial systems. V model is recommended there. If we are developing a school management software, I go with waterfall model. If I am developing a small application, but online payment application like a phone pay, like a Google Pay, small one, but very critical one. A minor mistake also not agreed here, correct? So definitely we have to go for V model. Medical treatment systems, online payment gateway, generally V model will be suggested. Take the next one, V model. V model. Actually, verification and validation, well demonstrated by V model. Hence, previously I discussed about this. But here we are focusing on V model, not verification and validation. Okay? Right. So what is V model? Try to understand this. It is suitable for developing small size of project, but the requirements are very complex or very sensitive. If the school management software is not working properly, what school owner will do? Stop the business, keep the computer side, record all the transactions in notebooks. Correct? If medical treatment system malfunctioning, patient may die. If traffic signals application giving a wrong signal, accidents. Aeroplane navigation system software application, if it generated wrong signals, pilot will go in a wrong direction, results in crash. There are so many incidents like this. Such a critical systems very, very carefully need to be implemented. Got it? For developing small size of application, where the business requirements are very sensitive, very risky, very critical, V model will be opted by the project manager. Remember, a developer will not make a decision. I'll go for V model. Every site engineer working on metro rail project will not make a decision. Will go like this, correct? Architect decided it. These thousands of people simply follow one instruction, that's it. If every person will make one decision, right, one person project manager will make the decision. The V model flow of activities will be like this. The V model well demonstrates verification and validation, but here we are focusing on learning not verification and validation. What is about the V model? I said V model suitable for making small size of projects where the requirements are not much clear. First we collect the requirement from the customer. Any model, first we need to gather the information from the client business. These requirements are not much clear. There are some confusions. And we feel they are very risky requirement, very complex requirement, sensitive requirement. We don't go for the next work. Previously, what is the next work? Immediately prepare the SRS. Requirements are very clear. Let us go for the next work, SRS. Prepare the SRS. Here we don't prepare SRS because the requirements I feel very complex. Few requirement, only 20, but very sensitive and risky requirement. Check the requirements. Review the requirements. Verification. Again, we have a small review whether everything is correctly documented or not. If possible, again go back to the client. Sit with them. Number of times you explain, this is what we are building, this is what we are building. Is it okay or you have any comments or suggestions? Finally, take a confirmation from the customer, client. A medical treatment system you are building. We are writing the code actually, our company, software company writing the code. Software company do not know about the human body. Doctor will know about the human body, correct? You need to spend time with the doctor to design the system which scan the human body and generate a report. What Java developer, Python developer can do? If condition, while loop, do loop. He do not know about the human body functions. Doctor knows about the human body. Here the subject matter expert is the doctor. If really you are building a medical treatment system, you need to sit with the doctors. Then only you will understand. They are the domain expert, not we. Correct? If you are building a banking application, you need to sit with the bank people because they know the day-to-day operation. Like here, we are understanding, we are collecting, but lots of complexity. We don't have domain knowledge, not properly understanding it. There are some complexity. We feel there is some complexity. Do not go for the next work. After collecting the requirement, first draft is ready. Again have a check. Go with another doctor. Talk to other hospital. Talk to other doctors. Confirm. Because sometimes this doctor also may not have complete knowledge. Review. It comes under review the requirements. Any cross-check can be called as a review, correct? Any cross-check activity can be called as a review. Then once requirements are finalized, we spoke to many doctors, big doctors in the market. Finally, we come to one conclusion. Okay, this is how we have to build. This is what we have to build. Confirmed. Now prepare the system requirements, what we have to build. Again have a check. These technical requirements, technicalities, whatever we have documented, meeting the client requirements or not. System requirements need to be reviewed. High-level design. To construct 10 floors of building, you need to have one diagram first. It will explain how the final building looks. Elevation, complete elevation. 10 floors of building looks like this. That is called high-level design. Then ground floor design, first floor design, second floor design, terrace design. Each and every floor design. That is called low-level design. Project architecture is called high-level design. Each and every component design, login functionality flow, money transfer functionality flow, they are called low-level design. Even these design documents also need to be verified. All it comes under verification. Are we building? Are we going properly or not? Are we building the right system or not? Comes under verification. Code. Also check, does the code made as per the standards or not? Code reviews. All it comes under verification. Are we building the right system or not? Verification. Then compile the code. Doing unit testing. At this moment, do not worry about what is unit testing, integration testing. Down the line, we are going to discuss about it. Our next chapter about these reviews. Chapter 3, if you check out our content, chapter 3, we are at chapter 2. Third chapter is about requirement reviews, design reviews. Fourth chapter about unit testing, integration testing. Fifth chapter in our software testing, fundamental block box testing. That is system testing and acceptance test. This is what we are going to learn in fundamentals topic. At this moment, do not try to digest all unit testing, integration testing. Only focus on what is V model. Got it? Then every unit tested, every program is called one unit. When you talk about a calculator application we are building, sum.prg alone is called one unit, addition.prg. Subtraction.prg alone is called another unit. Every unit will have some code inside. No guarantee this code is working properly. Once programmer created the code, run the code and test my code is working or not. Developer code is working or not. Verification or validation? Validation. Code level validation carried out by the developer. Unit testing, integration testing. The unit testing and integration testing together called code level testing, white box testing, performed by developer to make sure developed code is producing the correct output or not. If not, they try to rectify the errors at code level. Once code tested, to developer knowledge code is working fine, they convert the code into application system. They convert the code into an app. Application nothing but a system. Hospital management application. Hospital management system. System application meaning is same. This application given to QA team. testing team. In the application level, we do system testing. What is system testing? Validating the functional requirement, non-functional requirement on the delivered system in a client point of view is called system testing. Precisely functional testing, non-functional testing. These system testing can be carried out either manually or with the support of the tools. For doing this system testing, only company is hiring you. Requirements are verified by the domain expert, not you. Design level reviews by the architect. Code reviews, unit testing, integration testing by developers. System level testing is your job. Application level testing is your job. One system tested, to our knowledge, everything is fine. We stop, deploy or deliver the product to the client. Client will have a final check, the delivered application ready to go for live production or not, called acceptance testing. This is about the V model. V model suitable for making, the V model is suitable for making small size of applications where the requirements are not much clear. Requirements are not much clear. Chance of making mistakes would be high. To find out mistakes at early stages, better to do testing from the beginning of the development. First verification, later validation. But in this entire discussion, our job is this. System testing is a tester job. This is a tester job. Got it? Right. Note on this diagram. You take it because here we are focusing on what is V model, not verification and validation. Here I'll give the note, you take this diagram, I'll give the notes about V model based on this diagram. Take it. Requirements are reviewed by the business analyst. Design reviewed by the architect. Code reviewed and code tested by the development team. Application level testing, system testing is our job. Once we deliver the product to the client, before make the final payment, before giving a sign off, client will also have a final check, the delivered application ready to go for business or not. Acceptance testing. The V model suitable for making small size of projects where the requirements are not much clear. As the requirements are not much clear, chance of making mistake during development would be high. To find out the mistakes at early stages, better to do testing from the beginning. Verification, then validation. V plus V, meaning verification plus validation. Why it named as V model? V-shaped model. It looks like a V shape, hence it is named as V model. And answer me, from here after coding, I took the diagram in this direction, correct? After coding, rather than continuing it, I took the diagram, I bended here, V shape. What is wrong when I continue the like this? You call it as arrow model? There's a reason for this bend. There's a technical reason for the V bend. Acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is carried out based on the customer given requirement. System testing is carried out based on the SRS document. Integration testing based on the high level design. Unit testing is based on the low level design. Hence the diagram took in this way. Left side is the input to carry out right side activity. Customer requirement basis, acceptance testing. SRS contains functional requirement, non-functional requirement. SRS basis, system testing. High level design is the input for integration testing. Each and every component design is input for unit testing. Hence the diagram took in this direction. Take the notes about it. Can I give the notes now? Take it. V model is suitable. V model is suitable for developing. V model is suitable for developing small size of projects where the requirements are not clear. Where the requirements are not clear. It is suitable for making small size of applications where the requirements are not clear. Continuation. As requirements are not clear, chances of making mistakes during development chances of making mistakes during development would be high. Chances of making mistakes during development would be high. Conclusion. So, to find out the mistakes at early stages, testing should be carried out. Testing should be carried out right from the requirements. Testing should be carried out right from the beginning, right from the requirements. That is both verification and validation. See, waterfall model will be opted for making small size of project where the requirements are very clear. As the requirements are very clear, chance of making mistake during development would be less. Hence, we focus on testing after the development, only validation. V model will be opted for making small size of application, but the requirements are very complex or sensitive, risky. So, chance of making mistakes would be high. To find out the mistakes at early stages, to reduce the cost of fixing the bug, better to do testing from the beginning. First verification, further validation. But here in this entire discussion, our job is only system testing. Right. So take the next one. Agile methodology, nothing but agile model. Agile model. So listen, at this moment, just I'm giving a short description about what is agile model. I'm not discussing in detail about agile model now at this moment, because you do not know how to write scenario, you do not know about a test case, you do not know how to write test cases. Without knowing the QA process, discussing agile model, few points will bounce. So my training methodology here, check out. So in our training plan, okay, here we have the curriculum. Okay, first I'll go here. After learning manual testing, what is the next module? Agile. We are still at software testing concept. After learning the manual testing, by end of the second module, you come to know how to write scenario, how to write test cases, how to run the test cases, how to record the bugs, entire QA management. Agile model we'll discuss. Then we'll learn about Agile project management tool, Jira. Before I talk about the Jira, I'll discuss about Agile in deep. Because if I deliver now, definitely 80% will bounce. Got it? As per our curriculum, still we are at this point. Development life cycle. Next, that reviews are nothing but static testing. Verification, nothing but static testing. It's our chapter 3. Unit testing, integration testing, we are going to learn here in detail. After learning the software testing fundamentals, my second module is manual testing. This one. How to write scenario, how to write test cases, all we learn here. Then I'll talk about agile model here again in detail. These many topics we have to learn inside agile. But at this point of time, just I'm explaining you what is what about agile. Got it? After learning the manual testing, if I teach you agile, that time you will get the actual clarity. Okay, because it is a very advanced process of testing. You do not know even basics. If I teach you advanced method, points will bounce. After learning all this stuff, we go for agile model. Okay, right. So what is this agile model? See, agile model is one of the incremental model used for developing big size of application. Big meaning how many cages? So many modules, so many requirements, like e-commerce platform, like Google platform. How many services available in Google? How many services available in Google? See, years back, Google company started their platform, correct? First, they started with only search engine options. They started the business providing only searching option, correct? There are no other services, only search to search the information from the web, that's it. Then they slowly added one more module, Gmail. Then again they have added one more module, or maps, videos, images, Google Drive, Google School, Google Meetings, everything is available today, correct? So many services are available today. Google Classrooms, Google Meetings available, Google Drive available. There are so many services are available. All these services are made at one shot? No, slowly they added in multiple sprints, in multiple schedules. Continuously development is still happening, correct? Next month you will get one more service also, correct? Slowly the Google Pay, slowly they are adding, increasing their platform. Today, if you want to stay in a business, definitely you needed this. Otherwise, the other competitor will take care of the business. 20 years back, if any person opening an internet browser, first they used to open yahoo.com, not Google, correct? Generally, if you ask little old people, they will know yahoo.com. When in the beginning days of internet, if somebody opened a browser, first they used to open yahoo.com. Today, I think nobody is opening yahoo.com, mostly, correct? Reason? They started the very good business, no doubt. But strategy is wrong. They introduced such an option, fine. They have not added more services. They added simply one mail service, one messenger service. That's it. They stopped it. Later company Google started with search engine option, Gmail option, images, videos, X, Y, every day, upgrading, new features. All people diverted to this. They have realized, but already damage is happened. Nokia is the first company who introduced mobile phones, correct? Where is Nokia rating today? Almost in the down, correct? Because later companies, Samsung and other company came into the market, they introduced smartphones, touch phones. The first company still going with GSM phones. Later companies started directly with the smartphones. People have migrated, shifted, forget about this Nokia. Correct? That is customers, humans mindset. Where we are getting a good service, where we are getting the best service, we go there. Yahoo people giving only 2-3 options to me, Google people giving 30 options to me. There are 30 options here. I'll move to 30 options. So here, in this scenario, why I discussed, if you want to, the management have a plan. First we'll start like this. Then we add, then we add, then we add, then we add. But everything cannot be added in 3 months or 6 months of time. We have a plan of 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. By end of 2030, I have to make my platform like this. Slowly we start the background work. By 2023, we have the first version into the market with these 10 services. Start the business. Then we add another 4 services by 2024. 4 more services by 2025. Something like this. Slowly we have to build the product. Not one day. Overnight you cannot build a product. In this scenario, a big project divided into modules first. Each module further divided into smaller pieces called components. Like this. Share the screen. One moment. Yes. A big project divided into modules first. If you talk about a food delivery application like Swiggy, project name is Swiggy. Divided into modules. Customer module, restaurant module, admin module, delivery boy module. Then we don't develop all modules at one shot. Each module further divided into smaller pieces called sprints. What is a sprint? A small portion within a module. 1 week of schedule, 10 days of schedule made to implement 2-3 major business requirements of a module can be called as a sprint. Assumption, totally 40 requirements to be implemented. These 40 belong to 4 modules. 40 requirements together belongs to 4 modules. Module 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now in the first module we are planning now. Totally 10 requirements to be implemented in module 1. Do not plan to implement all 10 requirements at one shot. Plan to implement only 2 requirements in the first 1 week of schedule. These 2 requirements are together called a sprint. 1 or 2 major business requirements plan to implement a short 1 week of schedule, 10 days of schedule can be called as a sprint. Then sprint by sprint software gets implemented. In the first sprint, we focus on developing only 2 functionalities, 4 days, 5 days of schedule. Next week, we focus on other 2-3 requirements. Next week, we focus on other 2-3 requirements. Next week, like this system gets implemented. Not all at one schedule. Because if I totally 40 requirements to be implemented, I'll give a KT about 40 requirements to you. 4-day sessions continuously, morning 9 to evening 5 o'clock. I'm talking about inside the company, a conference, a meeting organized. I'm the domain expert. Totally 200 requirements to be implemented. 1 week I explained all 200 requirements to you. Will you able to remember? Definitely people will do many mistakes. Instead of that, let us only plan 2-3 requirements for 1 week of schedule. Give a KT about only 2-3 requirements. A senior person will explain, by this Friday, in this week, we have to develop these 3-4 functionalities. Give the KT about only 4 requirements to the team members. Then assign the work. You develop the first 2 features, you develop the next 2 features. You write test cases for the 2 features, you write test case for the next 2 features. By tomorrow, no, day after tomorrow, I wanted the output. We are not making 2 months of schedule, I am making 2 days of schedule, 1 week of schedule. Work will be split into small components. Assign the work to the team members. Give the time deadlines. Review the work. You are focusing on developing how many features? Totally 4. Out of 4, you are focusing only on 2. Other person focusing on 2. You are focusing on small amount of work. More focus will be there, correct? If I ask my developer 2 months of time, 40 features you have to develop. 40 features? 40 features you need to study. 40 features you need to understand. Really bigger work, if you assign a more work, generally we don't get proper output. By day after tomorrow, you develop only 1 feature. You develop only 1 feature. Day after tomorrow, we'll have a review. Now he is focusing only, understanding only 1 requirement. Writing the code only for 1 requirement. Where there will be more focus. You get more quality. Rather than assigning a very big work I wanted, okay fine, split into small pieces. Split the work into the team. Give a short schedule. You get more output and better output. It's a proven model actually. A big project divided into modules first. Each module further divided into smaller components called sprints. Sprint by sprint software gets implemented. Make a short description now. Agile model is one of the incremental model agile model, one of the incremental model suitable for developing big size of projects. Suitable for developing big size of projects. Continuation. In agile model, a big project divided into modules, a big project divided into modules, a big application divided into modules, continuation. Then each module further divided into smaller components. Each module again divided into small pieces, smaller components called sprints. SPRINT, sprint. Sprint meaning 1 week or 10 days of schedule, a short schedule made to implement 2-3 major business requirements can be called as a sprint. A big project divided into modules first. Each module further splitted into small pieces called sprints. Continuation. Then sprint by sprint, the software gets implemented. Sprint by sprint, software gets implemented. First, we focus only on sprint 1 week. First of all, I do not reveal to my developers and testers what is your next week job. I have the backlog, product backlog, everything what we have to implement. I know, Scrum Master, Project Manager. I have the clarity totally how many requirements to implement. Let us say 40. I have my plan. How to make it, what is the time deadlines, everything, what is the time commitment given to my client. I know. Management level people know. I plan the work. Okay. By next week, we have to finish off this 4 functionalities out of 40. We have to clear off 4 out of 40. Now, only these 4 requirements will be revealed to the team. If my team member asked me, sir, what is the next week job? I'll explain next week. Understand? Because if you show many things, you don't get the quality. Completely, you focus only on these 4 functionalities. You 4 people, development team, fully focus on developing these 4 features, these 4 days. You 3 people or 2 people, fully focus on writing scenario, writing test case only for these 4 features. Test. Once these 4 features are finalized, customer also agreed, output of this 4 requirement, then next week, we plan next 2 requirements. Not only development of 4 features and testing of the 4 features, the 4 features alone will be demonstrated to the client. So last 1 week, this is what we made for you. Your home page will look like this. It is your home page. Your customers can create an account like this. Your customers can log in like this. If a customer forget the password, they can able to reset the password like this. If you have any comments or suggestions, let me know. 1 week, we focus on developing 4 features. I'll demonstrate to my client. Get the comments or suggestions from my client. My client said, okay, keep it side. Next week, plan next 2-3 requirement. After developing 2-3 requirement, add to the existing system. Again, demonstrate to the client. Based on the client comments or suggestion, if needed, you modify. Again, demonstrate to the client. Get it approved. Keep it side. Next week, plan next 2-3 requirement. What is the advantage of this model? Majorly, day-to-day client interaction. In future also, client will never think about going for other software company. 1 week you are doing some work, explaining to the customer, getting the feedback from the client. If customer asks for some changes, you are modifying. Again, you are updating to the client. Customer will never think about going to other company. It's purely a business model. And also, waterfall model. We make the customer to wait for 3-4 months of time. Customer asking, can I see my picture application? Or it is under construction. Under construction. Under construction. As per our terms and conditions, you have to pay 20% of the payment after design. You have to pay 20% of the payment after the coding. We are collecting, but not showing anything. 20 years back, people have accepted. Today, customer will not accept this. 20 years back, only few software companies are in the market. Infosys, Infotech, Cognizant, these TCS and Wipro, they are legends. Whatever they say, market used to listen. Today, in our next building also, we have a software company, correct? In every building, we have a software company today. Not only these Infosys people and other people, correct? If I are not agreeing my conditions, I'll go with other customer, other company. I am finally paying to you. I am paying to you. You do the service as per my business. Because of your comfort, I cannot change my business. I wanted technology support for my business. I am paying to you. You deliver a support as per my business requirement. I don't follow your condition. You follow my condition. I am paying. That is the customer mindset today. Correct? That work out only for agile model. Waterfall model will not work out. In waterfall model, we are showing the application to customer after months. In agile model, every week we are showing something to the client. We are delivering something to the client which is usable for the business. This is customer accepted. So later we'll discuss about this agile model in detail. Just to explain what is what about agile model. Remember, agile model not completed. Just I given the basic description. After learning manual testing technicals, if I discuss agile model, epics, backlogs, stories, lot of things to be learned, that time you will get more clarity, not now. Okay? So thank you, we continue tomorrow. Thank you online team, we continue tomorrow. I stop here, tomorrow we continue.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
ఇంకా లేవాలేదా